Hey everybody, if you are thinking of making something that's going to be quick, fairly easy, and delicious for dinner tonight, here's an easy suggestion for you. Tonight I'm going to make some black eyed peas. I'm using my multi-pot, which works like the Instapot. If you have one of these electronic pressure cookers, I mean, you can go for it. It makes it a lot quicker, but you can also do this in a regular crock pot, but you would have to start it earlier in the day or like start it in the morning before you go out to work or to do whatever activities or things that you may need to do. And then by the time you get home, everything is all good. So, starting off with my bag of black eyed peas. This bag that's about the size of my hand, a little bit larger than my hand, is actually enough for 11 servings of black eyed peas. And I don't really need to make 11 servings. I'm just making some for tonight and tomorrow. And even though I'm using this big deal, I'm just going to, like I said, make enough for tonight and tomorrow. So I'll use about a third of the bag, which would be considered like 3 servings, but it'll spread a bit further that way because I only need that bit of it, and then the rest of it can go put away. So just measuring out half a cup's worth, pouring that on in there. I've got some beef meaty bones that I had packaged up and put in the freezer a month ago. So I'm going to drop those in because I want to have some meaty flavor. And believe me, the beans are going to swell all up, so it's going to work out all good. It's going to all come together good. And there's not really a lot of meat on these bones, but you'll get the flavor that's coming from the bone, from the marrow, and that flavor from the meat, and it gives a little bit of meat to eat. So it ends up working out all together. And I only have 4 of these little meaty bones. So I put those in. Um, Next, I'm going to add some onions. See how beautiful those are? Those are some of the onions that I dehydrated recently on my food dehydrator. And I'll just take, and they smell fresh. Did a few shakes, put it in there, because I do like that oniony flavor. And just because, I'm going to add a little bit of dehydrated kale. See, this is some of that kale that I had torn up and dehydrated. It's such an easy and quick go-to. And I could shake some out and add it in. So I have my meat, black eyed peas, I got my onions, I got some kale. I want to add one more thing. I want to add a little bit of garlic. I don't know if you remember that I dehydrated some garlic. I didn't want it to go to waste because so often things do go to waste. A lot of stuff ends up either in landfills or just becoming waste, and it doesn't make sense when there's so many people in need for food. So take a little bit of the dehydrated garlic, drop that in as well. And I'm going to add some fresh water. Add it till it's above the level of the food. And I'll see if I can show you. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. Um, I may have to do a follow-up picture for you to be able to see how well that's covering. But I'm going to add a little bit more water. Yeah, since I have the Berkey, I do perfect. I do prefer to use that so that I'm getting that filtered water because a lot of the water that comes right out of the faucet has, fluoride and plastics and a variety of things allegedly in there, according to what some doctors have said and some other people have said. So that I really appreciate having the Berkey and knowing that it's going to filter out a lot of those other things that I don't want to be drinking or having in my food. Stuff is in there and it's set. Top on, light it up. That sound lets you know that it's in its locked and ready position. And I look down to beans and I do it on the bean setting. Push the button and that's it. Walk away. In about 30 minutes, that will be done. There you go. It started. Now, some of you might be asking, like, about what about soaking the beans? I know, there's a lot of people whose grandparents or parents have said soak the beans to get that gas off of it. Yes, soaking the beans is good, and that's what I normally would do if I was putting it in the crock pot. But when I'm doing it in this, the pressure cooker knocks all the rest of that out for me. So it does end up turning out just fine this way. Um, Quick, easy, and now I can go and do something else while that is preparing for tonight. Big meal for tonight, meal for tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.